Jaren Hall, Baylor Romney, Jacob Conover, all with us. Your head coach said very nice things about all of you, said that the competition is neck and neck. So with that said, what's the relationship like amongst you guys right now? And we'll ask that to all three of you. We'll start with you, Jaren.
It's good. I mean, like you said, we're spending all day together, just like being at home, growing up with your siblings. You're together all day. That kind of has that same feel to it. So, I'm blessed to have these two guys to be around all day. They're good dudes, and nothing but good to say about them.
So you two have been together for a couple years now, and then Jacob, you come into the fray last fall. What was it like integrating into this room with Zach Wilson and Jaren and Baylor and others?
Growing up with all sisters, I just got a couple older brothers, and it's been awesome. Get to learn and bond with these guys. It's been pretty cool.
Baylor, how would you sum up the relationship between you three?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this over the years, and it's competitive, and it's a good dynamic that we have where we're friends off the field, but we know when we cross that line, we're competing. And it's not cutthroat by any means, but there's a seriousness to it when we're practicing.
Okay, so obviously last year was special in many, many ways, and Zach Wilson's ascension to the #2 pick was special to watch. What did you guys learn from that experience of being together? Because you were a part of that with him. He just happened to be the guy out there on the field making the plays that year.
It's possible for anybody, man. Seeing Zach starting out and his improvement through his 3 years playing. I mean, anybody can have that type of improvement if you have that type of work ethic that he did. It's something you can learn and something you can develop to love. So, it was cool for all of us to see that happen and to be so close to him. When it did. So, it brings a lot of excitement to the room, I think, to the players.
Did you see that signing bonus and thought, hey, that'd be nice next year, too?
Wouldn't be bad.
Dinner, lunch, whatever. Whenever Zach Wilson goes, it's always on Zach.
It's got to be on Zach, right?
It's always on Zach.
Yeah.
Baylor, what did you learn specifically from Zach Wilson, watching him ascend last year? Jaren mentioned the work ethic. What do you take away?
Similar to what Jaren said, you never know when that opportunity is going to come, and you have to take advantage of it when it presents itself. And that's what Zach did last year, and I mean, it's possible for any of us this year as well.
Jacob, you pay your dues as the scout squad guy, yet on Tuesday nights when Kalani Sitake would come over, it'd be like, oh, Jacob torched the defense today. It was fun to talk about. What did you learn last year in your freshman year as you prepare to compete for the starting spot?
I think it showed what BYU football really is. I mean, you look at this last draft class, we sent countless guys to the draft, or undrafted free agents, and it showed that this program is a top-tier millennial program that's ready to send everyone to the NFL if you're ready for it.
All three quarterbacks with us on BYU Sports Nation, Jaren Hall, Baylor Romney, and Jacob Conover. Jaren, this next question for you. We've learned that you are now working with John Beck, as Zach Wilson did. Are you driving by yourself to California?
Heavens no, man. My wife wouldn't let me do it. No, we fly out there and we go. I'm not a big road trip guy, so it's not my cup of tea to be behind the wheel. So we take a nice flight there.
I don't blame you for eating ramen on the road, gas station sushi, whatever.
Just show up at the Rexes. They'll feed you. They'll be fun. What have you learned with John that's helped you?
Man, John has such a wide plethora of knowledge for football. Both of film and how to be your best self. So he's been able to take kind of my foundation and add to it, help me understand how to use all my athleticism into being a quarterback to make the throws and just to get the best out of myself. So it's been fun to work with him and kind of learn from him.
Any picks with any NFL dudes there?
No
picks.
Yeah, no.
Okay, next time.
All right, Baylor, question for you. Obviously, your brother Gunnar is one of many outstanding receivers at BYU. The Nakua brothers come over. You got a wealth of tight ends. What do you think about the receiving corps? How would you assess them right now based on losing Dax Milne but gaining so many other options?
Yeah, I mean, they're explosive, man. It doesn't matter who's on the field when we're throwing right now. Like they're all looking really good. I mean, it's good for all of us that there's so many weapons on the perimeter this year.
Jacob, what's the relationship like with Gunnar? Because you were high school teammates, same class and everything, and then it's Baylor's brother, and you've known each other forever, and you and Cash Peterman are making TikTok videos all the time. I mean, it seems like this is the Chandler homies, right?
Yeah, it's been an awesome relationship with Cash, Gunnar, and all the other Chandler kids are going to come later down the road, and Baylor and I go way back. I mean, when he was training in high school, we had the same quarterback coach, and that's when we met Gunnar, and then he moved to Arizona, and then Baylor left on his mission, and we just kept that relationship going.
So he was a Nevada guy when you first met him, right?
Yeah.
And then moved over to BYU.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Who's the better TikTok guy right now, you or Cash Peterman?
Oh, that's Cash's realm. I'm the side piece. He's the manager. I just do it.
You two want to get in on this TikTok fun?
No, thank you.
I'm good. That's not me.
Yeah, the personality fits Cash. Let's be honest. Okay, let's do something fun. Let's have you talk about each other. So, Jaren, take a moment and talk about the strengths you see from these two guys, and then Baylor's looking forward to this. Look at him. And then we'll do it for all three of you.
Strength from Baylor, great golfer. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, Baylor's a very mature dude. You know, he's stepped up every time he's needed to throughout the years. You know, I've seen him from the sidelines, and it's very admirable of how he just steps up. You can't even tell the dude's nervous, and he goes and plays, you know. So that's the thing I've seen in him. And Jake coming in, you know, he hasn't skipped a beat in his excitement and love for football. It's something that I've learned from already. You know, whether you're in the locker room or on the field, the dude, he loves it, eats it up. And so, you know, I mean, there's plenty more good things to say about him, but those are kind of things that stand out.
I agree with you. Baylor's the guy that can stare a cobra in the eye and be like, no big deal.
Baylor, do you get
Not
nervous?
snakes,
do you
man.
sweat?
Around snakes, I do. I don't do snakes.
In El Paso? Yeah, dude, right? Okay, so Baylor, your turn on these two.
Yeah, I mean, Jaren's not the best at golf, but we won't go over his weaknesses.
Got some clips.
We get one thing about Jaren, he's always taking care of his business. I mean, he won't tell you about it, he won't post about it, but he's getting his work done, and he'll do that in silence, and so that's something admirable that I always see about him. And with Jake, Jaren mentions his excitedness about football. This man lives, breathes football, and that's all he does all day, and he's always excited about it, so I always appreciate his attitude.
Okay, Jacob, your turn, whether you want to or not.
You know, these two dudes, let's start with Jaren, just coming in last year, being here, we created a pretty awesome relationship. I just got to learn from them, just soak in all the information. They've both been here for a couple years, and just to learn from their leadership and their willingness to help me coming in was monumental. Jaren's got a love for the game in all sports. He's all around one of the greatest athletes I've seen. And Baylor has a cool, calm, and collectiveness about him. I'll give the title a smooth operator. And it's been awesome to watch him progress and get better and better each and every year.
Jacob, you draw comparisons to Max Hall. How do you feel about those comparisons?
I mean, training down with Max in Arizona is awesome. He's become one of my best friends. He's a stud, Arizona guy. That guy was competitive. He was a competitor. Watched him play at Mason Mountain View and then at BYU.
Are you on his level of competitiveness?
I would say so.
Okay.
Who's the most competitive, though, among the three of you? Because I'm sure you compete, obviously, on the field, but in other things. Like, we're seeing it come out with golf right now.
I don't know if you could say that. I don't know if we could point to one.
The competition's coming out. I like to see what just happened right there. That was awesome. Okay, so obviously this is going to be a fun but stressful fall camp for you guys coming up. One of you is going to be the one of you is going to be the two, one of you is going to be the three. Do you have a preference on when you know? Do you need a week? Do you need two if you're the guy against Arizona? Let's start with you, Jim.
I mean, I'll speak for myself, and I'm sure they'll say the same thing. You know, after spending so much time every day prepping like you're the guy, I think whether it's 2 days, a day, a month, you know, all fall camp, I don't think it's going to matter for whoever's up there. You know, I think we'll just be ready to go, kind of take care of our business, and when the coaches let us know, they'll let us know. So I think that's kind of the maturity in the quarterback room and the seriousness we take for, you know, being ready to be the starter for game one.
And luckily, the first game's in a small stadium with no fans, not on TV. Oh, wait, it's the opposite. Have you guys all envisioned, I imagine, and let's ask you, Baylor, what that moment's going to be like in Allegiant Stadium, packed full of fans? And it's not just the first game of the season. It's the first game out of the pandemic.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really think about how the stadium's going to be. I just don't picture the loudness and environment, especially because we're going to have so many of our own fans there. Feel more like a home game, I think. But going back to what Jaren was saying, since we've been here, every offseason's been a quarterback battle, a quarterback competition. So going into
even
fall
last year,
camps,
people forget.
Even last year. So this is nothing new for us. This is how it is. They don't announce a starter till week 1 or game day or whenever it is. And that really helps us to prepare all offseason like we are individually going to be the starter. And so no matter what happens during fall camp, each one of us is prepared for months on end that we're going to be the guy.
And then Jacob, playing Arizona in the first game as an Arizona guy, and then Arizona State coming up here. A couple fun games for you.
I mean, ASU and U of A, I have a ton of teammates, coaches even, that are on those staffs. And I mean, I grew up going to the U of A games. It was more a home game for BYU, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I know each and every one of us have envisioned being the guy, and we're going to treat it that way. each and every day at practice. We're going to honor that. Whoever is named starter, we're going to honor each other and respect one another. But we've all envisioned what's going to happen.
Did you go to 2018, the season opener, I take it?
I did.
Did you go to 6? Were you like 5 or 6 years old maybe on that one?
I don't.
Too young?
When John Beck was the quarterback,
Yeah,
all
that was
the
an
way
oldie.
back in
Yeah.
2006, old man Beck. All three
Yeah.
quarterbacks with us on BYU Sports Nation is 2021 BYU Football Media Day. Let's switch gears a little bit. Again, let's bring up the Built for Life polos that we're all wearing. This is a brand new program that's been revealed in detail as part of our Media Day coverage. And Jacob, you are already kind of taking a step out there along with Cash Peterman and have set up a nonprofit organization. So tell us about your nonprofit and how it fits into the Built for Life movement.
Yeah, Cash Peterman and I have started a nonprofit called Helmets for Hope, and he's posted on social media all the helmets he's creating, the kind of custom designs. And so when Billy in the Built for Life program reached out saying, hey, does anyone want to create a nonprofit program? As you can see some of these pictures, we jumped on it. And Cash is the president, and I'm the vice president of this organization. And what we do after high schools and colleges, after a couple of years, they can't use their helmets anymore. And so they can donate to us, and they can use it as a tax write-off. And the money we use when we create these helmets is going to kids in elementary to high school to get them the gear, cleats, opportunities that we had when we were kids, to go to camps, to get them ready to have opportunities for success.
Okay, that's amazing and an incredible venture. Where did this idea start? What was the genesis of it?
BYU has done a great job of getting us out there, meeting business owners, and the whole subject around the NIL, the name, likeness, and image. And so that came around, and since that's not really passed yet, why not give back? Why not give the opportunity for these kids to realize that BYU is different, BYU is special, we're built for life. And this nonprofit organization is really going to jump off, and I'm excited for it just to see where it goes.
And Baylor and Jaren, obviously the NFL's the goal, but there's life after the NFL, and if the NFL isn't there, there's life, right? So what is Built for Life going to do for the players like yourselves, Jaren?
I think this gives us experiences, right now, away from, our classrooms, away from the field, to be out in the community, to kind of see the hard work that goes into life after football. The ways that we can find success, like Jake, and make a difference, but also provide for our families. So starting that now at this age and getting, linked into all these wonderful business owners. I mean, Utah's booming right now in the economy, right? The best in the nation. So it's honestly a privilege for us, and I hope that we're able to get involved quickly here with that.
You two on the left, Jaren and Baylor, are married guys, so you've got some grounding already. Add on the Built for Life. Jacob has at his nonprofit. What marital advice or dating advice would you give to Jacob as he approaches that?
Get married ASAP, man. Get married ASAP.
Well, that's the BYU thing, right? It is what it is. Okay, Baylor, is there a difference between being the backup and the starter in terms of the mentality and pressure going into a game? Because you've been on both sides of this, but the moment you're the starter versus Arizona, and maybe if you're the 2 or the 3, is there a difference?
No, there's really not. You're one play away no matter what. That could be the first play of the game. That could be the last play of the game. So you have to prepare as if you're the starter every single week.
Oh, and that brings up a point that, I almost hate to bring up, but over the past decade at BYU, the seasons where a quarterback has gone start to finish with no injury have been few and far between. Taysom Hill had a season, Zach Wilson did it last year. So how do you prepare yourself mentally for that with the 1, 2, and 3 and kind of stay in the moment knowing that you are one play away and not get too psyched out about that? Jaren, you specifically.
I mean, I think from a physical standpoint, to stay healthy, you take care of yourself now, you do all the best you can. And then from a football standpoint for games, I think it's just as simple as Baylor said. You prepare, you watch film like you're the starter, you're on the same page with the receivers as if you're the starter, you spend more time outside of practice, and you don't be afraid to act like you're the starter, right? And to prepare that way. So I think it's just, just that simple as Baylor put it. It's just a mindset, and it's an expectation. But, obviously you hope that everyone stays healthy and can play out the season. And
in terms of your health, obviously a concussion is a scary thing. Multiple is scary as well from 2019. How are you feeling in handling what you hope is a full season?
Yeah, I mean, I think from the past, whatever happened. But plenty of guys have gone through that and then had, successful, healthy careers. So I'm moving forward, putting that behind. I've taken my time to learn and to read books and learn about how the pros handle their bodies. And so just taking myself to another level of appreciating my body, taking care of it better, and and hopefully just giving it the best chance to remain healthy.
Safe to declare you are 100% healthy. You feel good right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And expecting a kid in 2 weeks, by the way. Good luck. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
that's right.
That's very exciting.
Health then, 'cause
Sleep is a different matter, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, Baylor, you dealt with some turf toe issues when you were playing a couple of years back. We might as well continue this health conversation. How are you feeling overall?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been something here, something there since I've been here. But right now, I feel the best I've felt in a really long time, and just feel good.
Jacob, all's well? Health front?
Well, this is a healthy quarterback room, that's for sure.
Okay, fantastic.
We should do this more often. This
I
was
know,
awesome.
this was
yeah,
fun.
I want this once a year now. Yeah, this is great. This is great.
Thanks for hanging out with us, gentlemen. We wish the best of luck to you moving forward, and indeed, it's a wealth of quarterbacks at BYU.